The moment life stops. Asking and starts testing. Life does not arrive gently. It does not knock on the door and politely ask if you are ready. It does not wait for the perfect timing. It does not check whether your heart is strong enough or your mind prepared enough. Life simply happens. And when it happens, it often arrives carrying weight. Weight that bends your back, silences your laughter, and fills your nights with questions you never wanted to ask. There comes a moment in almost every human life when problems do not come one by one. They come together, like waves that refuse to stop, like storms that don't care how tired the shore already is. You try to stand, you try to breathe, you try to stay strong. But deep inside, something whispers, "Why me? Why now? How much more?" This is not weakness. This is human. Life's tests are never random. One of the biggest misunderstandings about pain is the belief that it is accidental. We often think, if I were more careful, this wouldn't happen. If I were better, God wouldn't allow this. If I had more faith, my life would be easier. But pain does not arrive because you failed. Pain arrives because you are alive. Life tests everyone, the rich and the poor, the strong and the gentle, the believer and the doubter. The difference is not who gets tested. The difference is how we respond when the test comes. Some people turn bitter. Some people turn silent. Some people turn away from God. And some, often without understanding why, choose to trust God anyway. That decision changes everything. The silent weight people don't see. There is a kind of pain that does not scream. It does not show bruises. It does not leave visible scars. It is the pain people carry quietly. The mother who smiles while hiding fear for her unborn child. The father who pretends to be strong while wondering how he will provide. The person who prays every night, but hears no immediate answer. This pain is heavy because it is invisible. The world sees you walking, but it does not see the weight on your chest. The world hears your voice, but it does not hear the trembling behind your words. And sometimes, even the people closest to you don't realize how close you are to breaking. But here is something sacred. God sees what humans overlook. He sees the silent prayers. He sees the tears that never fall because you're too tired to cry. He sees the faith that continues even when understanding has disappeared. Faith is not the absence of fear. Many people believe faith means being fearless. That is not true. Faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is moving forward despite fear. Faith is waking up when your heart feels heavy, choosing hope when circumstances suggest despair, trusting God when logic fails to explain anything. There are moments when trusting God feels irrational. You look at your situation and think, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't feel fair. This doesn't look like love. But faith does not grow in comfort. Faith grows in uncertainty. And that is why life tests you after you've already been stretched. Why pain often appears at the most vulnerable time. One of the most painful questions people ask is, why did this happen when I was already struggling? Why, when you were emotionally tired, financially unstable, mentally overwhelmed, physically weak? Why then? Because life tests do not come to destroy you. They come to reveal something. Pressure reveals strength you didn't know you had. Darkness reveals faith you didn't know existed. Pain reveals purpose that comfort never could. If everything in life went smoothly, you would never discover how deep your faith truly runs. Trusting God when you don't understand Him. Trust is easy when things make sense. Trust is easy when prayers are answered quickly. Trust is easy when doors open effortlessly. Trust is easy when blessings are visible. But the real test of trust comes when God is silent, the road is unclear, the answer is delayed. Trusting God in those moments feels uncomfortable, even painful. But here is a truth few people talk about. God's silence is not God's absence. Silence is often where transformation happens. Seeds grow underground, in darkness. Babies grow in the womb, unseen. Faith matures when no one is applauding. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean God isn't working. The strength you borrow from God. There are moments when your own strength runs out. You wake up exhausted, not physically but spiritually. Your motivation fades, your hope feels fragile, and yet, you keep going. Have you ever wondered why? That strength is not yours alone. It is borrowed from a God who knows you better than you know yourself, borrowed from a God who understands how much you can handle, even when you doubt it. God never gives strength in advance. He gives it moment by moment. Enough for today, enough for this hour, enough for this step. Pain is not proof of abandonment. One of the most dangerous lies pain tells is this: God has left you. Pain convinces people that they are being punished, they are forgotten, they are unworthy of care. But pain is not proof of abandonment. In fact, many times pain appears right before growth. The breaking of soil means a seed is about to rise. The stretching of muscles means strength is being built. The tearing of old beliefs means truth is being revealed. God does not abandon His people in pain. He walks with them through it. What this test is really about, this season you are in, the uncertainty, the waiting, the pressure, it is not random. It is asking you a question. Will you trust God even when the outcome is unclear? Not because God needs proof of your faith, but because you need to discover it yourself. You need to see how resilient you are, how faithful you can be, how deeply rooted your hope truly is. This is not about perfection. This is about persistence. A quiet promise. If you are reading this while struggling, let this settle in your heart. This pain will not last forever. This season is not your final chapter. This test is shaping a testimony. God does not waste pain. He transforms it. And even now, when answers feel far away, your story is still being written. The hidden work of God in the season of waiting. There is a kind of pain that hurts more than loss. It is not the pain of something ending. It is the pain of nothing happening. You pray, you wait, you hope, and still, silence. No breakthrough, no clear sign, no visible change, just waiting. This is where faith is tested most deeply, not in chaos, but in delay. Delay is the space where most people give up. Many people believe they lost because life defeated them. But in truth, most people lose because they quit during delay. They say, I waited long enough. If God wanted to help, He would have by now. Maybe this isn't meant for me. But what they don't realize is this. Delay is not God's refusal. Delay is God's preparation. God rarely works on your timeline. He works on your readiness, because receiving something before you're ready can destroy you. Why God often waits when you're desperate. When you're desperate, you want relief. When God waits, He wants transformation. Relief changes your situation. Transformation changes you. God is more interested in who you are becoming than what you are escaping. Because a blessing received without growth becomes a burden. That is why God sometimes allows extended waiting, repeated disappointment, seasons of unanswered prayers, not to punish you, but to deepen you. The pain of not understanding God. One of the hardest moments in faith is realizing you trust God. but you don't understand him. You believe he is good. You believe he is powerful. You believe he sees everything. So why does he allow this? This confusion hurts because it challenges your image of God. But here is a truth that brings peace. Understanding is not required for trust. A child does not understand why a parent allows pain, but the child survives because of trust. Faith works the same way. God works in layers. You cannot see what you see is the surface. God works in layers beneath it. While you think nothing is happening, your character is being refined. Your dependence on people is breaking. Your attachment to comfort is loosening. Your spiritual roots are growing deeper. You think God is slow, but God is thorough. He does not rush outcomes that require inner stability. Why God removes support before giving strength. One of the most uncomfortable spiritual experiences is this: when God allows people, support systems, or comforts to fall away. Suddenly, the person you leaned on is gone. The plan you trusted collapses. The stability you depended on disappears. This feels cruel, but often, this is where real faith begins. Because God does not want you to depend on what can be taken away. He wants you to depend on what cannot be shaken. The loneliness that produces depth. Some seasons feel isolating. You feel misunderstood, unseen, disconnected. Even surrounded by people, you feel alone. This loneliness is not accidental. It creates space where you hear your own thoughts clearly. You confront your fears honestly. You meet God without distractions. Depth is formed in isolation. That is why the strongest faith is often built in the quietest seasons. Waiting teaches you what you actually believe. It is easy to say, God is enough. I trust his plan. I have faith. But waiting tests those words. Waiting reveals whether you trust God for outcomes or for identity, whether your faith is rooted in blessings or in belief, whether you follow God for comfort or for truth. Waiting strips faith down to its foundation, and whatever survives that stripping is real. The difference between surrender and giving up. Many people confuse surrender with defeat. They think, if I stop fighting, I'm weak. If I stop controlling, I'm failing. But surrender is not quitting. Surrender is saying, I will still show up, but I will stop pretending I'm in control. Surrender is active faith. It says, I will do my part. I will remain faithful. I will trust God with the outcome. This is not passivity. This is maturity. God often breaks you before he builds you. This truth is uncomfortable, but necessary. God rarely builds on unbroken foundations. Why? Because pride, fear, and false identity cannot support divine purpose. So God allows breaking of ego, self-reliance, false security, shallow faith, not to destroy you, but to remove what cannot sustain what he plans to give. The hidden gift. Inside pain sharpens awareness. It teaches you compassion, patience, humility, discernment. People who have suffered deeply often love deeply. They listen more, judge less, understand pain others hide. Pain turns survival into wisdom, and wisdom is a gift comfort cannot give. Why God doesn't explain everything. If God explained everything, faith would not be necessary. Explanation removes trust. Mystery invites it. God reveals what you need, not everything you want. Because knowing too much too soon can overwhelm you. So God reveals in steps, just enough light for the next step, not the whole staircase. You are being prepared for something you cannot yet see. This season feels heavy because it carries purpose beyond the present. You are being shaped for responsibility you haven't received yet, influence you don't yet recognize, strength you will need later. What feels excessive now will make sense later. Preparation always feels unnecessary until the moment arrives where it becomes essential. A quiet truth about breakthroughs. Breakthroughs rarely announce themselves. They come silently. One day you realize, you react differently, you fear less, you trust more, you endure better, and you understand. Something changed inside me. That is the real breakthrough. External change follows, internal transformation. If you are still waiting, read this carefully. If you are still waiting, you have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You have not been delayed by mistake. God's timing protects you from what premature blessing could destroy. You are not behind. You are becoming. A promise for this season. One day you will look back at this waiting period and realize it taught you how to stand alone, how to trust deeply, how to survive uncertainty, and you will thank God, not for the pain, but for who you became because of it.